All right, TeamLab Planet or TeamLab Borderless, which one should you visit? That's what I'm going to be talking about in this video. These are two of the coolest immersive experiences in the city. I did them just back to back. I did TeamLab Planet today. I did TeamLab Borderless right now. That's where I'm sitting in at the moment. And so I'm going to share with you the pros and cons of each one, let you know which one I liked better so you can prioritize which one you can go to if you have limited time, or maybe you watch this and you decide you want to go to both of them. All right, so first let's go ahead and talk about where these two places are located, because while they're both in Tokyo, they're in very different parts of Tokyo. This one, TeamLab Borderless, is the newest experience, just recently opened, and it is in the Adubadai Hills complex in the Mori building near Roppongi. So we'll call this Central Tokyo. This one's pretty easy to get to. There's a lot of restaurants around here. There's a lot of shops around here. The other one, TeamLab Planet, on the other hand, is not near Central Tokyo. It is on Toyosu, which is one of the new man-made artificial islands that are out in Tokyo Bay. It is quite near the new fish market, the Toyosu Fish Market, and then there's also like a little sushi food, like seafood shopping mall that's next to the Toyosu Fish Market, one train stop away from TeamLab Planets. But TeamLab Planets really is by itself. There's like nothing around it, absolutely. You take the train there, you get off, and you go to the thing. And it's really, really pretty hard to get to, like kind of not well connected to the rest of Tokyo. Personally, I took a taxi to get there because that's how unwell connected it was. From my hotel, I'm staying at the ANA Intercontinental. By public transit, it was 50 minutes, but by taxi, it was like 17. So the taxi was kind of a no-brainer, but you have to factor that into the price if that's how you're gonna get there and get back to your hotel. Now, TeamLab Planets has been there for a while, and so it definitely feels more worn, where this one, Borderless, feels new and fresh, because it's all new and fresh here. Planets definitely feels like a lot of people have been through it, and on their website, they say it's been extended through 2028, so I feel like it's not going to be there forever, which makes me feel like they're not putting a lot of tender loving care or maintenance money into it, knowing that their lease is up at some point in time. But at this one, at Borderless, they're like, man, we just got here, and I feel like they're a flagship experience for Adubadai Hills, as like a draw for people to come here. So everything is sharp, sparkly, and pristine at this one. The price is about the same at both of them. It's about 4,000 yen to get in. They're both equally difficult to get into. You do want to make a reservation well ahead of time to come in. For some reason, a lot of people seem to like to come in the daytime hours, which I don't really understand. These places are open well into the nighttime, and so I found tickets 2 days beforehand for nighttime, like 6 p.m. to get into both. And you know what? Daytime, do your touristing around Tokyo, see the stuff in the day, and at nighttime, come in and see the museum that has no windows. I think that's a good way of doing it. You will want to eat before you go into either of these. Inside TeamLab Planets, there is no food. Inside this one, Borderless, there is a tea house. You can get a tea and you can get some ice cream. It was a really neat experience to go in there because it projects flowers and fish and things like that on your tea, but that means you're going to spend a little extra money here if you do that. Out in front of TeamLab Planets, they do have a vegan ramen restaurant that you could get some ramen before you go in. Around here at TeamLab Borderless, there's a ton of things to eat out in the associated complex. Okay, so that's all the particulars around the actual museums. Let's talk about the museums themselves. And here, we can start with Borderless, because that's where I'm sitting at right now. Generally, the way this museum is set up is that Borderless, meaning that there's no borders. So there's no real route to go through the museum. It's really, and they don't tell you all the different exhibits, so it's really left up to you to kind of wander around and try to make sure you find all of the different rooms. The rooms are all variants of this room that I'm in, and by that I mean basically projections on walls. Some rooms have a few different things, there's one that has crystal balls, there's one that has smoke, and so the projections are on the smoke, but generally digital projections on things. Some cooler, some less cool. This one back here has like a hill in the middle that people are sitting on and using as a slide. This is a room a lot of people were sitting in. So that was why I came to do this review in here, because I'm sitting in here. And I feel like it's a cool background. Like it looks like I'm in space or something like that. I don't think I've ever done a video with this sort of background before. New thing on this Tokyo trip. All right, and coming here to Borderless, it's probably worth a couple hours for the visit. Now, TeamLab Planets, very different experience. A lot of projection stuff, but it's much more of a truly immersive experience. What do I mean by that? Well, you actually get in. You get in it. What do I mean by you get in it? I mean you get wet. So to go into TeamLab Planets, the first thing you do when you go in is you go into a locker room and they ask you to take off your shoes and your socks and put them in the locker. And if you are wearing pants, they suggest that you either roll them up or they have loaner shorts because you're going to get wet. You're going to go in water. At the beginning of TeamLab Planets, you go in some water, like an uphill waterfall to kind of like, I guess, disinfect your feet since you're going to be barefoot in the whole thing. And then two, there's a like koi pond area where you are definitely knee deep in the water that they're projecting this koi fish on. There are no loaner shorts here at TeamLab Borderless. One thing that is common between the two, a lot of mirrored floors, so you might not want to wear a skirt to these places. They solve that at TeamLab Planets by giving you the loaner shorts. Here they have some like cloths that you can wrap around your skirt or something like that if you want to be more modest in those areas, but pro tip, don't wear a skirt to either of these attractions. And if you're going to TeamLab Planets, definitely, if you don't want to wear their shorts, wear your shorts. Both of them have free lockers that you can put your stuff in. They don't allow you to bring any big bags in either of them. They don't allow you to bring any selfie sticks into either of them. They do allow you to bring cameras. They encourage you to bring cameras, but not ones on sticks or with tripods. Now, related to the route of going around TeamLab Borderless, this one's borderless. You just go wherever you want to, go round and round, keep going round and round and round. TeamLab Planets is a one-way museum. Like, you go one way. There's like a route through it, and you don't backtrack. You can go again, and you can go again, you can go again. You can go around that loop as many times as you want to, but you can't go back. So if you're someone who kind of likes to go one place and then likes to go there and then likes to come back again, that's a little more challenging at TeamLab Planets. Oh, there's like a rainbow in the background over there. That's neat. Now at TeamLab Borderless, these exhibits, they change over time. Like, you can just sit in a room like this one and you can be like, well, like, what is it now? Like, this museum lends itself towards just a lot of lingering. TeamLab Planets, on the other hand, well, when you've been in a room for a while, like, you kind of get it. Or you've been in a hallway for a while, you kind of get it. It doesn't change all that much, and so you might not want to linger as much in TeamLab Planets, but it's a bit more interactive. There's things to jump on, there's things to feel. The room where you, like, take pictures with the flowers, I feel like there's a lot more good selfie opportunities. Both museums are very dark, so if you don't like dark enclosed spaces, you probably won't like either of these museums. So now the question of which museum did I like better? TeamLab Planets. I liked that one better. It is farther away, but I really like the experience of taking off your shoes and going in this water and going knee deep in it and feeling things with your feet is an experience that I've never experienced at any museum anywhere else in the world. Okay, TeamLab Borderless, I've never been to any museum like this in the world either, but I feel like I've been to more things like this. And by that I mean, like, I've been to more things that have projections on the walls and modern art stuff. Maybe not quite to this scale. I mean, this is definitely a unique scale and a world-class museum in its own right, but I feel like the experience of being in the water, taking off your shoes, taking off your socks, is definitely a kind of like only in Japan experience. And TeamLab Planets, theoretically, is going to be going away sooner. So if you can only go to one, that's the one I would go to. And yes, I think it's worth the haul all the way out to Toyosu. If you want to dive into them more and you want to check out what my full walking tour of TeamLab Planets looks like, you'll find it over there. And if you want to see what my full walking tour of TeamLab Borderless looks like, you'll find it over there. And if you're headed to Tokyo and you want to see my Tokyo travel tips, check it out right there. Or if you want to see more of my 150 Japan travel videos, you can check those out right there. And as usual, I won't say goodbye because I'll see you in one of those videos.